Woman gets kicked out of parents' evening, let the story commence. Right, what can I do to really fucking liven me up here? Mary went to the parents' evening and the school went like that. Your Wayne is trouble. And Mary went like, well, I'm taking my Wayne out. She took her Wayne out. Wayne was Craig. Took her Wayne out. Actually, I can't say that. What am I about to do? Can I do that? Right, I can do this. So that was that. And she went back in and she went to the head teacher, this guy, old guy, mortarboard and all that. She went, listen, just to let you know, they had feelings, right? They had feelings. And he went, of course, yes. Of course. She shook. He's on. And here's the thing. She had one of the buzzer things. And it went zzz, but it's just a vibrating thing. It was like kind of wee electric shock sort of thing, but it's very slight. And he went, oh. And she went, oh. Oh, oh. Then she left. And he teacher was that. What was that all about? When he got home that night, he said to his wife, Sally, there was a strange woman today at the parents' night. Parent of one of the children. And Sally went, oh yes, as she was like, you know, ladling out some sort of fucking stew thing. Just then, a petrol bomb came through the window and hit him right on the dish. No, the plate dish. That's another word for face. Hit him right in the face. Smashed. Petrol went in his face. And then the wee rag on it that was in fire touched that. And that all went on in flames. His whole head, drenched in petrol, went on fire. Fire is bad for your skin because it melts. He went in fire. And Sally, not knowing how to put it out, started punching him. Thought she could maybe punch the fire. Punch him out of the fire. So imagine there's somebody there and their head's on fire. You would think maybe, in a moment of madness, there might be some sense to punching somebody so hard that the fire's there and you punch them and the fire kind of remains there. You know, like a cartoon. You would maybe think that's possible. She tried it. It didn't work, but she kept trying it. And that's what first attracted the teacher, the head teacher, to Sally back in the early days. They used to work together, and the tenacity of that woman, the tenacity. They used to work together in a voluntary project to do with trees. And she kept at the council. She kept at them. Everybody was saying, how do we get the council to do this and that? And she had this, one of these sort of ideas, so crazy it might just work. And she kept at it and kept at it. And he said to her, he got down on his knees, one knee, and said, I would like to reward your tenacity by inviting you to marry me. And she said yes. So she did it again, but this time punching his head while it was on fire. So crazy it might work. In this instance, it was just crazy. And it didn't work. So he got punched fucker while he was on fire. Just then, another petrol bomb came through the window and hit him in the face again. His face, which was already sort of like cut up with the punching, because her rings, she had diamond rings, and it was cut his face up a bit. The glass for the bottle fucking went into the cuts. A bit went into his eye. Then more petrol on that. It went up like a fucking barbecue, you know, like people would put too much lighter fluid in it. And he was screaming, and Sally went, I'm going to put him out of his misery. And she went into the kitchen drawer. She pulled out a bread knife, big long thing like that, serrated, grabbed his hair, and started with the what's his name? Windpipe bit. Went like that. And see, because he'd been cooking for that long, the meat just fell off the bone. Went like that. So soft. Just then, a third petrol bomb came through the window. Nearly hit Sally. She ducked though, so that he got hit. And more fire, and she cut his head off. And see, the meat, it fell. She ate him. She ate the head. The meat slid off the bone. But just like when you use a bit too much kind of lighter fluid and things like that in barbecues, you could smell, you could sort of taste a bit of the petrol on it. You could sort of taste a wee bit of it. But it was alright. It was alright, but you could taste a wee bit. The end. I know the story just ends there, but that's because it's actually a true story. How do I know? Was that wee boy Craig? That was me. My mammy did that for me.